to pop out and get me pretty happy with it. We're just going to grab a little bit here. I'm going to throw it right down here onto the plate. And I legitimately mean I am using a paper plate, because paper plates are awesome. They're cheap. If you're just doing a little bit at a time, you don't really have to worry about the paint drying out too quickly. Okay, I'm going to get a little bit of this going here. That needs a little more paint. Just a little more. So get that, mix it in, and we'll check for consistency. Okay, just slightly runny. Just like the way I like my eggs. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to come in here and we're going to get these shoulder pieces. The easiest way to do that, I'm going to check my reference piece. So my reference piece actually went through and I did the entire shoulder in brass. I'm going to clean that reference piece up later. It's just more of, hey, I want to do something. So what I'll do is use the 3-point method. I've got my handle here. I'm going to put my pinky down here, and I'm going to come in with the third point being the brush. I'm just going to work this paint on here. Alright. Some very soft, gentle strokes. So I also want to pick up the 3D assets here. Looks like I've got some people starting to tune in. Thank you very much for joining me. Okay. Just working around that shoulder a little bit. I'm going to work on this underside. Not sure if I can show it on camera very well. Ha! The nice thing about having wet paint is you can kind of get in there and use your finger. Yo, what's up, Lark? Thank you for tuning in, doing the whole painting shindig. No, thank you. I've barely even gotten started on this. Last time I was doing this, my camera actually died. So I only got the red and the silver down. So now I'm getting in here with this here brass. I see some spots and I can go back in with my red. Alright. So got this little groove right here in the armor. I'm going to use the pink brush like a needle point. Just press it down in there. That'll take care of most of that problem. Alright, we're going to follow up underneath the lip of the armor itself. And it doesn't take really any force. Just kind of getting your brush up in there. Oh, thank you. Hey, it's not bad for trading 2 pocket knives for, huh? Okay, now we're going to start working on this shoulder piece. Indeed. I mean, they were good pocket knives, don't get me wrong. I just didn't carry them. You know me, I can wheel and deal just about anything. Okay, it's going to drive me crazy until I get the underside of this. I don't particularly like this angle of painting. And it's just mostly because you're holding it upside down. It feels unnatural. So if anybody has a better way of doing this, I would love to hear it. Oh, hey, Inky. How's it going? You'll let me know if the music is too loud or too low or whatever it is. Okay, we're going to come back through and we're going to get this little curve up in the armor. And that little curve right up in here, let's see if I can get it on camera. right up in here as it meets the rest of the body can be a real pain to get because you can accidentally hit the face very, very easily. Well, I'm doing pretty good now that I can bust out the paints and get going. My daughter's actually asleep, so hooray. She has been full of energy today and asking loads of questions. But that's what any 5-year-old does. Gotcha. Hey, Lark, did you see the sale on Humble Bundle? They had a whole bunch of royalty-free music for like 25 bucks. In fact, that is what I'm playing right now. This little bit here. So I'm not sure if you guys can see this, but there's this little spot in the armor right there. And these are the most pesky pieces to get because they just don't want to take the paint for some reason. So I've got to just really kind of thin this down a little bit extra water, and it flows in there. Oh yeah, this music is great. I've got, what was it, 711 songs for 25 bucks. They're anywhere from like a minute and a half to 3 minutes each. I do think there are some longer orchestral pieces that are like 7 or 8 minutes though. Okay. This white that's kind of bothering me. Cool. Yeah, this is from the Warhammer Age of Sigmar Soul Wars. This is the Stormcast Eternals. You've got some really unique designs to it. My wife actually picked this one out. She likes it because there's male and female characters in this. So I'm pretty stoked about it. Beverage. Okay, that shoulder's doing pretty good. So we're going to cover up the little white crown. You know what, I'll do it this way. Oh, this is a song I'm not particularly a fan of. Yeah, we'll go with that. Okay, and if you guys take a look, that crown's that nice stark white that's the same as on the shield, and whenever I get this brass on here, it's definitely going to look different. Because, I mean, I'm putting paint on it. Okay. The trick is that I find... Oh, I don't know about being clean. I feel like it's sloppy as all get out. That's why I try to take my time on it. But yeah, the Warhammer stuff, fantastic models. They can be a little pricey depending on what your range is. But one of the tricks I have found to make things much nicer is just think through my plan of attack and the angle I'm going to go in with the brush. And I may not put the paint on the tip of the brush. I may put it on the side. Because I'm actually going to use the side of the brush to paint the area rather than the tip. The tip may not be the best option. Here we go. Now, as you can see, the bronze is starting to kind of come in. Get a little bit of that light on there. Get this real nice kind of lighted crown effect. So the nice part is that white likes to stick into the deeper areas. And it adds a small bit of a contrast. Even though it's all the same color paint going on there, it doesn't show up the same. Let's go in here. And we got the back of the crown to do. You see I've got a bit of an oops going on here. The back of the crown, I got this base area with a little bit of red. The nice thing is about a lot of the Games Workshop paints is that they are thick enough and do good enough coverage, you don't have to worry about it. Plus I can go back in with some of the highlights and just make it a little bit more of a, kind of like an object light source. Okay, almost got this crown done. Here we go. He's shooting there with a little more red. I see a little bit of a white spot. But now we have covered up that red area. Got looking pretty snazzy. And y'all let me know if the bitrate's looking kind of jank. I am actually broadcasting both to Facebook and Twitch. So we'll see how that's working out. Okay, we're going to need a little bit more brass out here. No, Lark, I need to invite you to the Facebook group I'm in, the Lazy Goblin. That is actually where I know Inky from, and they are a great group of folks. They do some wonderful painting. Okay, so, biggest thing I always get asked is, okay, 3D effects, like the shield. How the heck do I do those? And I just never really thought it was a thing. But what I learned to do is instead of going like this with the brush, it's actually lay my brush flat. And what I'm going to do first, if y'all see the thunderbolts there, I'm going to come through. And we're just going to slightly angle the brush. I'm just going to feather that on. And I've used a thin down paint do this with, and hopefully maybe you can see the difference. No, I don't think you can see the difference. I got an idea though. See, now we've got that bronze on there. Super easy to do. And that's what I'll do to the rest of that 3D effect. Now, I did do the anvil in the silver because I like the silver on there a little bit more. Give it a little bit more of that effect. And we'll just get the other lightning bolt. All you gotta do, if it's not hitting all the places you want, is just slightly change your angle of attack. Usually I lift up, though it's not so flat, and I can get some of the curvature of the 3D shape. And after I'm done doing this side, I will actually flip it so I can get the back side of the 3D curvature. And this allows you to keep some pretty nice, neat lines going. Okay. More paint, get this inside. All I'm wanting to do in this part, water, thinned out just a hair. Now I'm actually incorporating that base coat of white into the model itself. Okay, I think we got the lightning bolts done. Then we've got that really nice bronze going there, and we're going to do that to the top of the shield as well. I've gone ahead and went in where the lightning bolts on the shield are and painted those red because it looks cool to me. But what I need to do, because I think some of that bronze has dried a little, that down there, bloop bloop. So I'm going to thicken it up just a hair. Okay. Just a smidgen of water. There we go. That's the consistency I want. Okay, and again, we're going to go in and do the angle of attack. We're just going to come in pretty flat. Since I'm going along the edge of the shield, I can be pretty liberal with the brush. As I move in, I want to be very careful about not getting it into the areas I have the red. There's going to be a little spillage over into the shield itself in the arm area, and that's pretty normal. I'll just go back in with a technical color. Okay. Hopefully this is showing up pretty well on the camera. If not, definitely let me know, and I can make some adjustments. I'm actually thinking about getting an overhead boom for a mic and attaching my camera there so I can kind of get my perspective from things. Just not sure if it's worth the investment yet. Okay. This is always the most nerve-wracking part to me. So I don't want to mess with the red I've already done. Oh, and painting handles, get a painting handle. I'm actually using Streamlabs OBS. I know a fair bit about it. But Streamlabs takes care of a lot of the overhead. And that way I don't have to think about a lot of the technical, because I like to turn my brain off after I get home from work. I'm doing IT work all day. One more water, so it's thickening up again. There we go. Just do a test on the thumb. Yep, perfect. Okay, in your sound sources, is it, okay, so I'm guessing you're using a video capture card, right? No, I did all right. So we're going to fudge that a little. PS4 capture, Kia video capture device. Okay, so, trying to remember how to do this because I was looking into doing console streaming for a while. So the issue is that you can't hear it. That is an odd one. I would almost think it's like your computer's not seeing that the audio is coming through. Okay, so I know one of the things a buddy of mine does to get around that is to actually use a pair of headphones plugged into his PlayStation. I do plan on putting a little gold on them as a highlight. And I will show you one of my favorite golds right now. It is this Folk Art Metallic Gold, which is $2 whole over at Walmart. And it has this whole freaking bottle. It is amazing. Okay. So check out his shield now. It came in with that white, like we've gotten to the scroll work here. And we have now got a nice bronze to it all. And now we got to get his knee. Because he has not taken an arrow to it yet. Yep, Skyrim dad jokes. I got some. Go and get a little more brass out here. Oh, yeah, it's... I think I need better lighting. Better I've got too intense light. I'm not sure. You know what? Let's turn that down. Let's see how that looks. Oh, that shows off a bit better. Yeah, I think the light I have over the top of the magnifier is just a little too bright. I think now you can kind of capture more of the bronze. How's that looking? Indeed. He is, I believe, a Sequitor. Which is kind of like their rank and file foot soldiers that like using big old maces. And smashing faces. Okay. Do have some areas I need to clean up later. But that is later. Okay, we've got that going. I do want to bronze up the mace, or not mace, the anvil and holy symbols on them. Right, we're going to use the same technique as before. Just going to get this brush pretty flat. At least as flat as I can get it. But my big old head ain't in the way. So, Lark, how was y'all's Christmas? Come on, I know there's paint there. We're doing that. Oh, I'm sorry to hear it wasn't good. Not sure what we're going to do about that there. We'll do something, but I'm not sure what. Okay, so we went from having white shoulders and a white shield area. Well, she actually uses my paints, and I've bought her some paintbrushes, and I've let her paint some of the Slaves to Darkness warriors I've got that I got as a cheap deal. So yeah, I think we're doing pretty good here. Okay, I think we're gonna hit some areas with the technical color. Get that rocking and rolling. Okay, that is not the brush I want. I'm gonna smell it flat in here somewhere. At least I thought I did. There's an artificer brush. We don't want to mess with that. It's a thicker one. I don't know. Never find my flat brushes. There's brushes right over there. Okay, but we have a wonderful technical color. Blood for the Blood God. And I have never used this before, so this is going to be the first go-around of it. Get my brush cleaned off. Yeah, everybody tells me there's a lot of really good names for the Citadel paints. Shake, and we will open it. Oh, that noise. Okay, so this is a very thin paint. Ooh, that's a pretty red. Okay, so a good old thumbnail test. Oh, that's very bloody looking. I love it. So what I'll do in this case, since it's already thinned out so much, I'm just going to start a small pool of it on my palette. Okay, we're just gonna let it roll. We're gonna add just a little bit to the chest. It's naturally gonna flow in some areas. Go a little thicker because I want to get this cowl here. Okay, that's looking pretty nice. I'm not sure if you can tell the difference, but it's definitely going to look really good in the photos. Okay. A little bit to the boots here. I'm going to almost edge with it. Oh, Lark, would you do me a favor and see if my Facebook stream is actually going? I'm not sure if it's actually playing or not. Thank you very much, ma'am. I greatly appreciate that. Let's bring this down across the knuckles. Because you know you shield bash and punch people. Bring that in there, and we'll add a little bit to the lightning. Ooh, that adds like a really sinister glow effect. I'm digging this. Okay, let's get this underside. Oh, well, dang. It's probably mad at me. Huh. That's weird. I've only been live for 33, so I wonder why that's like that. We'll see if it's sending me an angry message. Alright, cool. Where's my thing? Diddly diddly do, seeing how this goes. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know. Oh well. Let's keep painting while we're on Twitch. Okay, so we got that arm done. I'm gonna get a little bit of the shield going. Oh man, this stuff almost starts to clot up. Get the face a little bit darker. Right in that mouth. Where the armor lines up. Oh, this is going to be awesome. Get that down in there. down here on the plate. Because I like that clotting factor that's got going. Okay. Not too much there. Come in here. Kind of get in and around the Thunderbolt. Just a little bit more of a pizzazz. Probably should get my Artificer brush out, but I just don't feel like doing it. I know it's terrible, but it's Saturday. Besides, this is my more refined test run. All right. I'm gonna make that a little darker. Oh, this is gonna be so cool. And we're gonna give a red lightning bolt here. On top of that white, it gives it this really neat effect. Gives it almost like a glossy red to it, which is really cool. Okay. A little bit fresher stuff mixed with the older stuff. So you get a little bit of that clot, but a little bit more run to it. Right. I'm going to avoid the feet because I remember I need to base my bottom a little more, which sounds really funny if you have no idea what miniatures are. Wow, that is going to be one of the coolest ones I've painted so far. Okay. So we add some nice details and technical. Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate the host. All right. A little bit more of that in there. It's looking good. I believe now we're going to technical paint out. We're going to add a nice base. So what we've done so far is add the red highlights. Well, not really highlights, but technicals. We've painted the whites that we still had left on the armor into a nice brass. And just kind of clean some stuff up. So now, if I can find it, there we go. We're going to be using Strickland mud. We're going to be adding to the base itself. And it is straight up a muddy paint. Really gotta shake it. Nice and mixed. Because it looks like mud. We got a couple. Excuse me a moment. I need a pair of tweezers. If I can find them on my desk, which I do not see. I've got some stray hairs in this brush. All right, got that fixed up. Should be better. Okay, we're going to set the painting brush down here, and we're going to get the good old mud brush. So I can use a thicker brush, and legitimately, this stuff looks like mud. And what we're going to do is just come down here to the base. I am just going to go around the outside. Just slowly keep turning this so I can keep a constant amount. Because I'm going to use this to do the grunt work. Of the basin. Get a mud ball. And it's okay if this stuff gets a little clumpy. I mean, it's base material. It ain't supposed to be pretty. So we'll grab a little bit more. I'll need to remove the miniature to get the rest of this. All right. A little bit more on there. You're making great time on this piece. I'm going to shake that a little bit more. Go. Hey, we got plenty of mud now. Mud. Quick stab in there. Right. I gotta turn this light up a little. There we go. Now I can see. The nice thing about doing the basing after you've adhered the model is that you can give a little bit more of a realistic effect, especially when using like mud. I'm getting it on the boots just a little bit, but I can also build it up just a little bit more, like this soldier is digging his heel in. Sorry. Go ahead and get this little bit of a relic, like it's sticking up out of the ground. Probably hit that with a little bronze. Okay, it's looking pretty good for a base. So this is what we've done. We've added a muddy base to it. We can add some stones and things like that later, which I probably will do. Let's go, walking down the river or something. Find some neat little river stones. Just add it to it. Cool. And anytime you're working with a technical like the mud, clean your paint off your brush, otherwise you're going to hate yourself. And I know people are like, oh, Citadel products are way overpriced. Water pot. Get the water pot. Don't care what you say, this water pot is worth the money. I think I got mine for $9. It's got this ribbing in here that makes taking paint off a brush amazing. That, and you can also follow up some of the groove lines in here to help straighten your brush back out. And I went from having a pretty flat brush back to a round tip very quickly. Alright, so now we did that. Take these two brushes and leave them here. Let's go ahead and close that mud so I don't have a mud spill. Alright, where is my dry brush? I had it over here, but I obviously did not. Excuse me a moment, gotta take the headset off. These two will do. All right, so we've got two I'm going to use. One of them I need to go ahead and soak because I have used the absolute bejesus out of it. And the bristles are very, very stiff. Okay. Yeah, it just needs to soak for a little bit. Soften up a little. Okay, so I've got this nice little blue brush I'm going to be using. Using a flat on this. And I'm going to be doing a technique like dry brushing, but it's going to add a little bit more of a highlight. And do it in the brass areas. Yeah, just a bit of this gold. Okay, nice little dollop. And we are going to need to, I'll do it with this brush, be fine. I'm just going to pull some of this gold off to the side and add some water. We're really going to thin it out. I don't want it to be a thick and heavy paint, so that is not my intent here. So what I'll do, you can see my thumb here. See how it's very liquidy? That's close to what I want, but I'm going to thin this out just a hair more, almost into a glaze. And then, yep, we got a paper towel here. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to clean this brush. I'm going to dry it off. We'll change the music because this is a little eerie and creepy, and no, never now. There we go. It's pretty heroic. Take me a drink. Okay. So now we're just going to get a little bit of this paint on the tip of the brush. So what I want to do as a tester is use this on my thumb, where we've got a little bit of that red left. So where can I come in? And blow it on a little. Yeah, that's what I want. See, it's just a little bit of a sheen. That is where we're going to go for it. What we're going to do, and this is, I don't know where I picked this technique up, but this is what I do, is I just bring it way back here into my hand, where I've got the end of the brush, kind of pushing almost into the base of my index finger. And I'm just going to slowly, very, very gently apply this. And what this will do is give this just a almost warmer tone. Just a little bit more paint. Consistency is key. Well, that was an abrupt change. Okay. Okay, let's get the consistency back to where I want it. There we go. That's what I want. All right, take the position. And I like these brushes because they have a kind of a beveled edge, which allows me to do this a lot easier than a round edge on a brush. And again, just very, very gently. Yeah, it's looking nice. So, it's a little hard to see, but it adds a bit more warmth and depth to it. So now I'm going to go through and get these lightning bolts. go. That's what I like to see. The trick is not to mash down on the model, it's just to lightly go over it. Looks like there, that was a little too runny, so what I'll do is quickly come in, paper towel, because it's so light, it doesn't have time to stick. If it does, it's not very noticeable. Alright, let's get a little bit more in front of the camera because I know it's what you people paid the admission for. Alright, I got a little bit sloppy there and I got a little bit in a groove. Did not want to do that. So let's use the little bit of tissue paper here, or paper towel. Suck that right back up. And you can see we still retained our red without getting super in there. Oh, hi, buddy. My cat Neo decided he wanted to say hello. I know, bud. I'm painting right now. Yes, you... Oh, buddy. Hey, we can't do this right now. Okay, I know. You want to say hello. Here is Lone Cat. Here's my buddy Neo. Oh, because he's just one kitty. He's just one kitty, even though we have two kitties. Your brother Jasper, who's a beautiful cat too. Okay, you know what? You can lay there as long as you be good. You start nibbing me though. I want to get you. I want to get you good. Okay, let's get that consistency. There we go. That's what I want. Assume the position. Oh, I know, bud. Excuse me. Okay, and on the shoulders themselves, I'm just going to go for the 3D effects that's on here. That's a little bit too much. So we'll add some water. Ow. Buddy, your claws are sharp. Alright. I've loaded just a bit much in there because I was stirring. Okay. Let's assume the technique. Come on. Neo, I need you to be still, buddy. You're going to be a good kitty, right? we got that. Okay, it's looking good. Okay, let's hit up this knee. Quite come out the seat I wanted. But using the paper towel definitely fixed it. That's pretty close. Dang. Here we go. Okay. I think we're doing pretty awesome possum here. That's doing pretty good. So we're going to let that set for a few minutes because we're going to hit that with some null oil next. Maybe a little agrax in some other areas. Ah, just set that in the paint. Folks, you can paint your paintbrushes. It's not recommended though. Okay, so we got that. No, Hello Kitty. Contrast. Shyish, I don't want that. Derp. Druchi. Druchi. No. Okay, here's my current bottle of No, which is my crack. Where is... Oh! I've got this, Harrisonburg Crimson I'm going to use as well. Because, heck yeah, there's a nice red shader. I'm looking for my agrax. Yep, agrax or shade. Okay, it's more of that. I got one of the small bottles. Yes, Neo, you're adorable. I love you. You're licking me, and you're loving me. Who's a good kitty? Who's a good kitty? Are you a good kitty? Man, you've got hair all over me now. I love you. Okay, let's take a look. Okay. Man, I got something stuck in that paintbrush. I'm going to have to do something about that later. Okay, that one's going to need a deep clean. Some brush saver. Alright, we are going to grab my extra small layer brush, because I want to do some finer details in there. Neo, I love you, dude. I do. I seriously do. But I'm trying to paint. Can you let me paint? Oh, I know. I can't be upset at you. You're a good kitty. The best kitty I've ever had. Yes, you are. Your brother's second best, but only comes behind a little bit. Okay. So, we are waiting for this model to finish drying. You know what? I do see some areas I want to hit a little more with this gold. So we'll go ahead and do that. Ah! Neo. Dude, I love you. I'm not trying to play right now, buddy. Can we get down? Let's get down. Good boy. He's probably going to try to jump up here, because that's what cats do. Okay. Go play. He's trying to do a psychic mind meld thing with me. All animals try it with me. So they're like, hey, you're a dude. Alright, you know what? Oh yeah, I'm glad I did that. That'd been disastrous. move that back and forth. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and shade this little piece down at the bottom end. It's a nice standout. I can always go back and paint over it if I don't like it. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing is, right in here, he's got some ornamentation. Let's see. Yep. You see where the anvil is, and some of the chains and stuff like that. We're going to add just a little bit more depth and warmth to that. Paper towel at the ready. This stuff likes to flow. I get a little too overzealous with it. Well, I appreciate Lorik saying, hey, I've got really straight lines and all that stuff. I don't. I just make lots of boo-boos. But she is a very good friend and very encouraging. Both her and her husband are awesome painters themselves. You can find her at Vanilla Hush, and on Facebook, Manny Plays Games. They are absolutely wonderful people. Okay, we're going to blot this just a little bit. I don't want such intense gold. Cool. All right, so what we've done is added a bit more gold to this. I wonder where to put it. There's my phone. It's too much light. There we go. So now we get a little bit more of this warmer bronze and brass feel and flavor to it all. I really like that blood for the blood guy. That looks really nice. Now we're going to try, see if this is actually dried. That is dried. Cool. So now we got that going. What do we want to do first? I think we're going to hit this little piece down here with a bunch of Agrax. Really shade that sucker up. Wonderful thing about Agrax and any of your golds is it takes a bright gold and can almost turn it burnt. Okay. We're going to go through with Agrax because this guy's been running through the mud. We're going to put it around the feet. Put it around the base of the feet. Alright, it's going to add those brown tones in there, which is what I wanted. Clean the brush. Alright. I'm going to do a little bit of a test with this Carenberg Crimson. Come on, open up. Don't spill. Okay. Get a little bit of this out here. What does this look like? Ooh, that's a pretty red. Okay, so we're going to scooch that back a little. Do a little bit on this. You know what? Let's test on the back first. Oh, yeah, that's perfect. So now we can kind of come in these little areas that I want to be a darker red. All the joints. You don't have to worry about browning out or anything like that. In here in between the fingers. Alright, this is coming out pretty good. And just a little bit here to the leg. Let me use a smaller brush for the shield. And the face. Clean that off. Small layer brush. Bam! Layer brush. Okay, get a little bit of a shake. Don't really have to shake it to get it together. It just puts a little bit up here on the lip. It's a little bit easier to grab. I'll load this layer brush up. So what I'm going to do is come up underneath. Go up this lip of the shield to give a little bit more of a dark. Between these lightning bolts. Right, this is getting really nice. It's a nice blend where we use that blood for the blood god too. All right, I believe let's not overdo that. Let's throw a little bit into here. Just let that flow down into the notches on the shield. Ship of lightning bolts. Man, that is looking great. All right, this is kind of what we're looking at. Getting a little bit more of a detail and highlights. Okay, I want to get the underside because it's going to drive me crazy if I don't. Here we go. So this back side a little. Alright. This is looking pretty baller. Try to run this knee pad a little. Alright, we got this. Darken that up. Get those eyes. Okay, get here in between the shoulder plates. That's looking great. Cool. Well, Karenberg, that is a great paint. Pretty stoked about that. I like it. Okay, and I got a tiny bottle of normal left. I've also got like 4 more bottles of this stuff. It is really good, at least in my opinion. There's a lot of people who say, "Oh, no, makes up for skill." Well, it kind of does. I don't think I'm very skilled. There's people that argue with me about that, but okay, let's get in here. Add a little bit more depth and shadow. Definitely want the folds of this cloak to be really crisp. Have that nice depth to it. This is looking pretty great. Excuse me a moment, I gotta check something. Alright. We got this. It's a bit too much. Alright, now comes the fun part of all these little grooves. I want to get the dark into. I don't necessarily want it everywhere. So, folks that are watching, hopefully you're having a good time. Let me know if anything can be improved upon. I'm always one to try to do things better. got this. Let's add some spots here and there. As soon as I'm done with this piece, I'll actually be throwing it up on Instagram. So if you follow me there, same username. Also have a Facebook page. Again, same username. Alright, we got the shield going. Pretty happy with that. Okay, we move back to the Agrax. I'm going to hit more of the bronze areas. Ugh. That was jarring. Yeah, it's not bad. Okay, so what I wanted to do is kind of bring down the gold. It's a little too bright, especially in the crown. Oh, forgot to do the weapon with the Null. We'll get back to that here in a few minutes. Or moments. Might be minutes, who knows. Get around the ledges of this. At the center. Ooh, that's going to be nice. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be super nice. Man, once all this dries, this is going to be amazing. Okay, I think I'm done with the Agrax now. To go back to my Null Oil to get the weapon. Okay, so before we do anything to the weapon, see, it's pretty plain and basic. Well, that's the beauty of Null Oil. It likes running everywhere. And there's a lot of people who really overdo it. And I am guilty of it sometimes. But I like to do, put some on the model, just bring it up and through. on the brush. There we go. Okay, let's open this back up. As I drop everything. Glad I didn't fall in the part I was painting. I've done that a few times. That never feels good. Okay, that should be enough. Was not a fan of that. Definitely want to get the centerpiece of this maze. It's got a divot in it. Get that shadow in there. And now, may not be able to see it so well on this camera, just due to lighting, but there's quite a bit more definition and detail in there. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to pick out some spots. I think I need a little bit more attention. But aside from edging, I think this model is almost done. Just a hair more null. So I'm going to get on the back. I didn't quite get to the places I wanted. Okay. That valley there in the cloak didn't get as dark as I intended it to. So we will fix that right up. And fun trick with shades, if you use a paper towel, you can get some neat effects out of them. Kind of like what I'm doing right now. I've put quite a bit in there, but now I'm going back and just kind of rubbing it. I don't know why it does that, but it looks pretty cool in the end. Let's get this blotted look to it. Still not the best quality on here. I think I need some more natural light. I'm not 100% sure. We'll figure that out. Maybe I'll bug some of my friends that do more live streaming than I do. Okay, I do see a spot or two I need to hit with the Agrax. But first, get the brush clean. So got a little Agrax here that's still wet. right. I think we're good. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you're viewing this, we've come a long way. We added the brass, we added technicals, we added shades. And I think now we just need this piece to actually set, dry up tonight, and we'll get back at it and do some edging and all that jazz. So hopefully you enjoyed this. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I greatly appreciate some feedback here. This is something new for me. And I'm hoping in the very future, if you're listening now, I will be doing giveaways. Near future, I have a few things I'll be giving away. And that'll be to subscribers to my Twitch channel. Once I get to 20 subscribers, I'll be starting to do giveaways. So, if you have any questions, definitely leave me a comment down in the YouTube comments, or shoot me a message on Twitch, Relic714, and I'll be happy to answer it the best I can. Have a great one, and I will hopefully see you all tomorrow, because this has made me very excited. Have a wonderful day, a wonderful evening, or a wonderful morning, wherever you're watching this. Bye-bye.